In this video, I'm going to take you through my 4 key takeaways from the ACCA pre-seen information for the December 2025 exam sitting that relates to the case study of Levwell Plc, the hotel chain. My name is James, and if you'd like access to my exclusive notes that you can see above me, just click the link in the description of this video and you can download a copy yourself, which has helped thousands of students around the world, which is crazy to say, ahead of preparing for their SBL exam. I'm also delighted to say I'm associated and affiliated with Astranti. They offer mock examinations that are actually based on Levwell PLC itself and some pre-seen analysis packs, all designed to help you to pass your examination. And again, if you click the links in the description of this video, you can check those out there. And for pure transparency, as always on the channel, if you were to purchase anything, I'd be entitled to a small commission, which goes to supporting the content. And as ever, a massive, huge thank you. And we're going to get straight into it now with my 4 key takeaways, with the first one being the hotel industry itself. It is a great topic area. And just for context, in case you're looking to actually purchase the notes, I'm in the process of putting my extra annotated notes and linking it to the SBL theory. So the bits you can see on the screen are not the final notes. I'm getting onto it. So they will be, when they're fully done, available down below. Now, firstly, on page 2 on the notes on the right-hand side, you've got to be getting down actually distinguishing between actually the business customers and the leisure customers. Now, the key bit up at the top, Levwell's target market is primarily leisure guests on there because of where they're located. They're rural, they're by the beaches on there. They are not based in the cities. So this is where key bit for your notes on there, and I'll put my mouse on it on the right hand side, is that leisure guests tend to be more price sensitive than business guests. So that is who Levwell actually deliver their services of the hotels, of the accommodation, the food, the drink on there. That is what they are providing, and the customers are more price sensitive. So we have to consider that with what we are actually setting the prices at. Now, when you get into some more details on the hotel industry itself, as they always tend to do in the SBL pre-seen materials, just to make sure that every single student understands the difference between a 1-star and a 5-star hotel. But the key bit on the left-hand side on page 3 is that Levwell is a 4-star on there. So the things that they would have to do to become a 5-star is that world-class luxury personalized service. Again, just another thing for you to bear in mind. Along with, you can see also on page 3, the actual hotel industry, what it comprises of. When we talk about hotel chains, there are 2 types: chains themselves, so that's your holiday inns, your travel lodges, or you actually have your independent hotel provider, and that is where you need to be able to differentiate between the 2. The last thing is on page 4 on the right hand side, really interesting. I've highlighted them actually in green on there. So you've got Beston, Travelwise, Vacant, Yelton, and Halion on there. Excuse my pronunciation, but you get the gist. Key thing here is they are the only times they've mentioned the company hotel chain names in the whole of the pre-seen notes. Now, I don't have a crystal ball, but come the exam date, would it surprise me if one of those names came up, or if you actually applied those names along with the percentage of total hotels in Estland, or linking it to the actual market percentage on there? That would be really good for accounting and getting you more marks. So that's absolutely critical for you to get down, along with those key names. With last of all, you can see on page 5, we've got some of the industry challenges I'll come on to later, but as you would expect, we've got intense competition. There's an economic downturn in Estland, rising costs through inflation, issues with staff and the actual seasonality of when people are coming to the hotels as well. So lots of things for you to think about and wrap your head around, and I'll do more videos on this. But my first key takeaway is understanding the hotel industry itself and the ins and outs of it. Now, key takeaway number 2, really important as well, are the financial information and the KPIs. So this is where you've got to come down to page 7 on here. Oh, so too keen. So you've got the KPIs there you can see on the left-hand side, and you've got some, as you would expect, occupancy rate, daily average daily rate on there, linking into ways that can the organisation of Levwell actually perform better increase its revenues, increase its profits, and how are they measuring it? Now, the key thing here is that some students will miss out on is that those KPIs are linked to some of the diagrams that we are provided with on page 13. So the last page that you have on there. And you can see we've got the revenues, operating profit margins, occupancy, we've got the RevPAR, guest satisfaction, and employee turnover. Now, the key one on here that I think will throw lots of people off, as well, if I was to say to you, look at James's screen now, which one looks the most difficult or you've not seen before? You're going to go, well, what's that RevPAR, James, on there? And what we need to link it into is back up onto page 7. But in essence, the higher the RevPAR that you can see here, it's gone up from 121 to 136. I'll pull it up on here on page 7 so you can actually see what they've provided to us in the pre-seed notes. And they love to test little things like this as to, we're told that they've calculated it by dividing the total daily room revenue by the total number of guests which are available for use. So in other words, the higher that figure is, the more revenue we're generating for the less amount of number of rooms that we may be providing. And then we have the average RevPAR is a function of the occupancy multiplied by the ADR. So that's the average daily rate you can see above. And you probably heard me say that and go, oh my gosh, what's all this function and everything like that? It's a bit maybe a bit technical on it, but in essence, a function on there is where the value which we're calculating for the RevPAR depends on one or more of the values, such as the average daily rate. So what we're looking to get from that is, well, from the figures that we were given on page 13, the higher that number means the more we're actually generating in terms of revenue based on those occupancy rates and the amount of people in the hotel. So it's actually a positive trajectory that we actually have on there. In terms of also on page 13, I had a couple of questions from my initial reaction video that the operating profit margin remaining stable at about 13 to 14%. I said, well, that's pretty good. It's pretty stable on there, still profitable at the operating level. But the thing of concern for me was the revenue over the same period when the operating profit margin was stable has actually been going up. So that means that I would be thinking, well, surely the operating profit margin might go up proportionately if we were managing our costs effectively. So that's another key takeaway, that even though the revenue's been going up, operating profit has actually remained stable. So there are some increasing costs that we need to be questioning on there. And that is where the final point in terms of the financial information and the KPIs is, well, if this came up on the examination, you've got to be thinking who is accountable for this. And that is where we end up on page 8, where we have the 5 executive directors who are in charge of how the business is going to be run strategically on there and who is accountable. The key thing for your notes is we are not given any of the names for those, and they love to throw that in the SBL exam, so definitely get that down. And that's my final point for key takeaway number 2 of the financial information and the KPIs. Key takeaway number 3 now is Levwell, the company itself, and then we get on to the mission and the values. So you need to actually just simply come up to page 8 on there. We're given a nice little bit of the background and the overview. And the key takeaway here, I know it's only one sentence and one word. I'll put my mouse on it for you, but Levwell is a listed company. So that means they're going to need an audit on there. They're a large size for it. And 80% of the shares are held by institutional investors. So for context, that's where you need to consider it from a size and scale. It's not just a small little gig. It's been around for 40 years, and that's where they've got 35 hotels, thinking about it in terms of the number of guest rooms on there. I think some students may confuse the size of the organization and how they actually advise in terms of the operations of it. Now, when we've actually considered that we've got their actual expansion we've been talking about, continuing to grow on there. They've got 35 hotels currently. They specialize in individual designs and attracting guests with high quality on these sort of lines. Then you've got to link it down to, well, we've been given some really interesting values and mission on here. And just read it through. The key word for you to get down on here is, in the mission, is every on here. So to provide an exceptional experience for every guest every time they visit. Now, in your exam, things are going to go wrong. It is not going to be all sunshine and rainbows on there. Some things in these pre-seed materials are going to go wrong, and you're going to have to address it, taking the theories and the actual elements of the SBL syllabus and applying it to the scenario. So when we look at the values on there of teamwork, responsibility, positivity, and they talk about acting responsibly, we support and develop our staff, committing and offering a fair reward for their work, delivering exceptional service to our guests on there, linking it to, well, they clearly look after their staff and they are really important and integral to the activities of the business. Well, if you go down to page 13 now, back to those graphs, you can see we're given the employee turnover here, which has been pretty stable for the last 5 years at 39% in 2005. Now, 39% is really high in terms of 39% of the staff have left in terms of the average amount who were there at the start of the year. So that number should hopefully be coming down, but it doesn't sort of align really to those values and the mission of looking after their employees. And really to sort of hit home on that as well, you can look on page 10 in terms of the actual key activities and the processes, everything from the housekeeping to maintenance, catering. The employees are a critical element because the guest experience is the most important and key area. And we're told on here that the actual managers have control as to they can actually offer out discounts on there. We're given the employees a bit more breakdown of how they actually operate in the business. And they even say on here that Levwell recognises the crucial role that each of its staff members plays in ensuring the guest satisfaction on their quality of service. And that is where we need to consider that in terms of if something to do with stakeholders or employees came up on your examination, which has come up in the past, you should definitely actually refer to these specific areas. And you can see at the top of page 10 on here about reception staff actually having known as something as standard operating procedures or SOPs on there. And these are the sort of standards they put in place. However, this has actually led to lots of staff actually leaving the organization and them having a high turnaround of staff. So make sure you get that down in your notes. Key part on there, that is key takeaway number 3, the company linked to the mission and the values. Now, last but not by no means least, the risks and strategic points are my key takeaway number 4. And that is where you can see it on page 12 on the right hand side. We've got a variety of areas from competition, pricing, reputation, the people side of it, technology. I had to put this in because it just screams out to you. Potentially, maybe a pestle analysis could be thrown in there in terms of applying the theory actually to the scenario, and it links into a variety of different other areas of the pre-seed information. Then in terms of strategic points and really getting you those extra marks on the exam that the marker will be looking for is coming up to the sort of income and understanding the seasonality of the business. Now, the key bit in terms of the sources of income, I think some students will just get a bit confused maybe on the exam day or maybe overlook it. But when you think of a hotel business, you kind of go, well, surely that's all about renting out rooms and that kind of business. But you can see on here is that we've got food and drink at 33% and other is at 5% on there. But the main thing on here, the key takeaway, you can see it in that box, is that only guests staying at Levwell hotels can actually eat in the restaurants and use its bar, which is a crazy decision that 33% of the sources of income come from that area. How come you can't just be a visiting guest who drives in or is maybe a local resident to actually increase that revenue stream, and it could help bolster up the organization and improve on their cash flows as well, which is another talking point which we'll come on to in other videos, that they are struggling in the hotel business in terms of their working capital management on there. So income, seasonality on there, you can see the actual months that they are sort of out of tune, and in terms of when they may have to actually offer at a lower rate to increase the occupancy on there. And last but by no means least, linking into those risks and strategic factors, there is one thing I could not leave off on this video, and it is on page 5 and 6 on here as to, well, what are we looking at? The other factors for success is the main key thing on here. So this is where you've got it on pages 5 and 6. We've touched on the industry challenges on there, but you've got other things about innovation, business developments. They're looking at using apps on there. They've talked about AI in the pre-C materials. There's a variety of different things as to making the organization more and more competitive. But the main key thing, I'm going to even put my mouse on it because it's under the industry success factors, a key line that you should be having straight the way to ready to apply on the exam day is, however, the most important underlying factor which contributes to a hotel success is guest experience. And it's one of those things, as I touched on before, on the exam day, something will go wrong in the pre-C materials, something will come up that you've got to address and apply your SBL knowledge to. And if it affects guest experience, refer to that industry success factor, and that's why it has to be in my 4 key takeaways for the Levwell PLC pre-C materials. Well, I hope that helps everyone in terms of my 4 key takeaways. As I said, if you'd like a copy of my exclusive notes, the completed ones, click the link down below. I will put those full notes on there. Sorry, I've got to go back to a class soon. That's why it's been taking a bit of time. You'll also find down there and check out the Astranti analysis packs, mock examinations. The one way that you're going to pass this exam is doing more and more mock papers, and they've actually developed them based on the pre-C materials for Levwell PLC, so it's definitely going to help you there. I'll be doing a full analysis of the whole notes and plenty more videos, so be sure to subscribe. Leave me any comments that you have about the pre-C notes. Let me know how you're getting on, and be sure to give the video a massive like. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on the other side now for another SBL pre-C video.